Good morning students. Welcome to 7th Standard Social Science, Term 2, Civics, 2nd Unit, Media and Democracy. So children, listen carefully to this session. In case of any doubts, you can make a note of it, which shall be clarified on the day of reopening. So let's enter into today's topic. So today's lesson is about media and democracy. So in ancient days or traditionally, India has many folk forms of communicating with people in rural areas. So they mainly communicated in the form of storytelling, which portrayed the religious characters, and their communication was in the form of music. They communicated through music as well as dance, speech, storytelling with comic interludes. So it has a tremendous effect in communicating the messages straight into the hearts of the people. So nowadays, due to the advancement in technology, the modern methods to address a small or a medium gatherings like seminars, dramas, or even a public meetings and workshops. And also the print media has been referred to as people's university because they perform the role of public informer. So print media means the newspapers, the magazines. So these are referred as people's university. Why? Because they are educating the people about the current affairs. So now let's see what is the definition of media. So what is media? So let's see the definition. Every individual person is a medium of expression. An individual interacts through the media to reach other individuals and institutions. Media is generally the agency for interpersonal communication, and media includes every broadcasting and narrowcasting medium. So, every individual person has his own unique view about the society, and they can express it through the media by either broadcast media or narrowcast media. And also, media is the plural of the word medium. Such a medium or media allows to communicate messages, thoughts, ideas, views, etc. So, medium means passage, a passage through which something passes through. So, the media acts as a transmitter of messages, thoughts, ideas and views to the society. So, now let's see the classification of media. So, how the media is classified. So, let's see the classification. So, the first one is narrowcast media. So, the first classification of media is narrowcast media. So, narrowcast media means addressing the people directly. So, some examples are your cable TV television, that is your cable TV. And next one is your direct mail, the mail which you receive directly. And next one is seminar. So, these comes under narrowcast media where we address the people directly. And next one is broadcast media. So, broadcast media examples are the films or the movies, the television, radio. So, these are few examples for broadcast media. And next one is print media. So, print media examples are newspapers, magazines, journals, books and even posters comes under print media. And next one is web media. So, web media is the Google website which you search for the things. So, the Google website and the blogs. So, these and all comes under web media. And next one is social media. So, nowadays everyone have Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram account. So, this is called social media. So, these are all the classification of media through which the people will get aware of the current affairs. And the two types of communication are, first one is personal communication. So, personal communication means we are communicating personally. So, these are meant for personal use. So, these communications are meant for personal use. For example, writing letters to your friend. So, it comes under personal communication. Next one is telephone or cell phone is a personal communication. Next, email and fax. So, these are some examples for personal communication. So, the second type of communication is mass communication. So, mass means large number of people. So, addressing a large number of people is called mass communication. So, let's see the definition. Mass communication is, these are used for communicating with the masses. So masses means large number of people. So some examples for mass communication is newspapers. So the newspapers are the main example for mass communication, where even the rural people can be aware of the current news. And next one is radio. So radio is a example for mass communication, and TV. So the TV news is an example for mass communication. And children, do you know who invented printing press? So printing press was invented by Johannes Gutenberg. Printing press was invented by Johannes Gutenberg in the year 1453. So make a note of it. Printing press was invented by Johannes Gutenberg in the year 1453. And media is considered as the fourth pillar of democracy. Media is considered as the fourth pillar of democracy. Already in state government lesson, we have seen that there are three branches in a government. One is the legislative branch, judiciary branch, executive branch. And the media is considered as the fourth pillar. So why it is considered as so? So let's see the reason. The four pillars of democracy are legislature, executive, judiciary, and the fourth pillar is media. So legislative branch will frame the laws, executive branch will execute the laws, and judiciary branch will look after the law and order in a particular state. And media, so why media is added as a fourth pillar to this democracy means, the media ensures the transparency in the working of all the above three systems. So the media gives the updated news about the working of the government. So that's why media is considered as the fourth pillar of democracy. This fourth pillar of democracy ensures that all people living in far off areas of country are aware of what's happening in the rest of the country. So, by sitting in one place, we can get the news of the whole world. So, by sitting in one place, we can see the international news or the national news or the local news. So, that is the meaning of this sentence. And next one is, in fact, mass media is the most important vehicle for information, knowledge and communication in a democratic polity. So mass media means your newspapers or TV news or radios. It plays a vital role in giving information or knowledge and communication in a democratic country. So now let's see the importance of media. So why media is important and why it is regarded as the fourth pillar in democracy. So let's see the importance. First one is, media is a very powerful entity on the earth. So media is the most powerful entity because it imparts knowledge to the people even in rural areas about the current affairs. And it is the mirror which shows various social, political and economic activities around us. So media is considered as a mirror which portrays the social, economic and political activities in a country. So, people depend on media for various needs, for example for information or for some entertainment purpose. So media keeps the people awakened and it become one of the major instrument of social change. So media not only bring out the day-to-day happenings in the world, but also through media we can advertise the products. So not only we can know about the day-to-day happenings in the world, but also we can give advertisement for particular product, and the TV channels broadcast national as well as international news, and also some of the social problems are portrayed in many cinemas. So the media works in the social change. So media provides a balanced report on any matters. It fights against the socio-political evils and injustice in our society. So the media gives a balanced report. Without any partiality, it gives a balanced report and it fights against the injustice in the society. So, officially known as Akashvani. So the All India Radio, that is AIR, the All India Radio is officially known as Akashvani. Since 1956, Voice from the Sky is the radio broadcaster of the Government of India, launched in 1936. So the first government radio, that is All India Radio or AIR. So AIR means All India Radio. It is officially, first it was known as Akashvani since 1956, and it is the radio broadcaster of the Government of India, which was launched in 1936. So make a note of it. It may be asked in one word. So now let's see about the media and public opinion. So how the public is reacting to the news which are portrayed in the media. So let's see it. The media plays a prominent role in the formation of public opinion, general opinion of the public on particular issue. It is the powerful tool in contemporary times. So the media also gives the report of the public opinion to the society. And it has become a part of the everyday life of the people. They play a significant role in shaping a person's understanding and perception about the events occurred in our daily life. So media plays a very important role in providing knowledge about the events occurring in our daily lives and also about the public opinion to the particular event. And the mass media. So the mass media, like your newspapers or TV news, plays a significant role in providing honest, intelligent and usually unbiased accounts of events. Unbiased means it should give a balanced report. So the mass media plays a vital role in providing a honest, intelligent report to the society. As well as the newspaper. The newspapers reflects the response of the people to the government policies. So the newspapers, it reflects the response of the people to the government policies. And the print media. So print media is your newspapers, magazines, journals, as well as your electronic media. So electronic media like your social media and your web media. It helps the people to express their opinion on important social issues. So the print media as well as your electronic media, it helps the people to express their opinions. So for example, nowadays people are using Facebook and Twitter to express their opinions about certain government policies or certain events happening in the country. So these medias, it acts as a medium for the people to express their opinion on particular social issues. So now let's see about ethics and responsibility. So ethics and responsibility of a media. So let's see it. So ethics refers to a set of principles of right conduct. You need to decide what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is evil. So ethics means a set of principles for a right living. For example, what is good path and what is the wrong path. So the way to differentiate between the good and the bad is called ethics. Ethics is a code of values which govern our life. So ethics is a certain code of values which govern or which administer our life. That is, which way is good and which way is bad. So they are very essential for moral and healthy life. So ethics, that is the set of code for the right living, is very important for a moral and healthy life. Similarly, ethics in media. So let's see the ethics in media. In the context of media, ethics may be described as a set of moral principles. The media is expected to follow a code of conduct which should be reflected in their reporting and writing. That means the media has to follow certain ethics in their reporting as well as writing the content. Sensational and distorted news should be avoided. Sensational or some fake news or some invalid news must be completely avoided. So this is the basic ethics for the media. And the fundamental objectives of media. The fundamental objective means the basic motive of media is to serve the people with news. The basic objective of media is to serve the people with news, views, comments and informations on the matter of public interest in fair, accurate and unbiased and also in decent manner and language. So the report which is generated by the media must be a true one and it should be accurate as well as unbiased. Unbiased means it should not support any particular thing. It should give a balanced report and that report must be in decent manner and language. So, an awakened and free media is very much essential for the function of the government. So, this type of media which follows the basic ethics is very much, it plays a vital role in the function of the government. And also, the media has the right to collect information from any primary authentic sources which are important to the society and then report the same with the aim to inform, not to create sensation. So, the media has the right to collect the information from the source and it also has the right to give the information as a report to the people. And the media also has a massive responsibility in providing the factual coverage. So, the media is also responsible to cover the particular event, to get the coverage of the particular event. So, now let's see the role of media in democracy. So, let's see about the role of media in democracy, in government. Media is the backbone of democracy. So, media is considered as the backbone for a government because it gives the updated news about the government policies to the people and the status of the government to the people. Hence, media is considered as the backbone of democracy. And also, in our democratic society, mass media is the driving force of public opinion. So, the mass media, that is your newspapers or your television news, it is the driving force to get the public opinions about the government policies. And media strengthens the democratic value. It enlightens and empowers the people. It can educate the voters and ensures that the government is transparent and accountable. So, the media, it provides valid news to the voters, that is to the citizens, about the current happenings in the government, and it provides the knowledge to the even to the rural people, even to the people in the villages. And also, media carry every report of action of administration of the government. So, the media portrays every report of the administration of the government. Based on the information, the citizen can learn about the functioning of the government and day-to-day happenings taking place around them through the news. So, based on their information only, the citizen can know about the government and the day-to-day happenings through the news, television news. So, the media also arranges debate on current affairs so that we can get the different views for the same issues. So, media also arranges the debate based on a particular issue. This you would have seen in all TV news channels. As well as media reminds the government about the unfulfilled promises to the public. So, media also reminds about the unfulfilled promises to the public. So, media educates the masses in the rural areas. So, even the people in the village areas will get the updated news. So, it is educating the masses in rural areas. So, the parliamentary democracy can flourish only under the watchful eyes of media. So, media not only reports but also it acts as a bridge between the state and the public. So, it not only reports the current affairs but also media is the bridge between this government and the public. So, thus the media acts as a watchday of the democratic government. A democracy without media is like a vehicle without wheel. So, a democracy, that is a government without media, is considered as a vehicle without a wheel. So, if there is no wheel in a car means what will happen? The car doesn't move. So not only car. So any vehicle without wheel will not move. Similarly, if there is no media in a democracy or in a government means the government will not function properly. So this is the saying. This is the comparison between the media and the vehicle without wheel. So now let's see the theory of democracy and where this word is derived. So let's see it. Democracy means rule by the people. It combines two Greek words. So democracy means the rule by the people and it is the combination of two Greek words. So first one is demos refers to citizen. So demos means citizen. So demos is a Greek word. And next one is kratos. So kratos means either power or rule. So kratos means either power or rule. So democracy is derived from two Greek words. So democracy means rule by the people, where demos means citizen, kratos means rule or power. Next one is local media. So local, from the name itself we can get, local means the news around the surrounding areas. So let's see the definition for local media. So usually media reports the news which of national or global importance, whereas the local media addresses the public locality. So usually the media reports national news, that is about the country, or international news, whereas local news means about the public locality, your nearby surrounding area news. So that is called local media. So the media in the contemporary world of information and technology plays a very significant role in educating the masses. So media should always keep in mind that it should not publish anything which corrupts the public mind and disturbs the social peace. So as we have seen earlier, the report which is given by the media must be a true one, and also it must be a balanced report. So mass media have made the world smaller and closer. So mass media in the sense the newspapers, TV news, it has made the world smaller and closer, means by sitting in one place we can know about our national news, local news, as well as about the international news. So thus the mass media have made the world smaller and closer. So however, don't get too addicted with the social media, and also take the good from the media and leave the bad things. So children, we have come to an end of this session. With this video, Civics second unit Media and Democracy is completed. So refer your textbook pages. Today's sessions are covered from page number 171 to 174 and try to answer all the book back questions. So now it's time for questions. So let's see some evaluation questions. In case of any doubts, you can go through the whole session video, or else you can refer your textbook. So your first question is, which have made the world smaller and closer? Second one, every individual person is a medium of. Third question, printing press was invented by whom? Fourth question, what is considered as the code of values which govern our lives? And finally, the radio broadcast of the Government of India. So which is the radio broadcast of the Government of India? So children, try to answer all these questions in the notebook which you are maintaining for social science. So media is the most powerful entity on earth which has its own advantage and disadvantage. So try to take the advantage. So children, with this video, Civics second unit Media and Democracy is completed. Thank you.